welcome back to Sernoir again. And today, before we get started, I just wanted to point out I had to buy some of this weird olive oil shampoo and conditioner, and I thought it'd be really disgusting. I just got it because out of interest. I was like, what the hell is that? Olives, like, who would have made that? And then I tried it and it turned out to be perfectly fine. It smells good and everything. But now that we've got that weird fact out of the way, I want to ask you guys, what is your first MMO that you've ever played? Like, ever? Because I've had some pretty interesting MMOs in my time. So, some of them were not even passable as MMOs. They were just a hideous game. Like, you'd get stuck in a moat and go out and try and fight mobs, and you'd randomly end up in like a level 50 zone at level 2. And just wasn't really working too well. So that's probably my fault because I didn't really understand what was going on. But then I think the first MMO I played was World of Warcraft back in vanilla, but it was on the free trial account, so I was literally just spamming free trials like whenever I could because I was so desperate to play it, but I couldn't afford it. And I was too dumb of a kid to actually like work out how to get money for it as well. I wasn't one of those like hustler kids, which I wish I was because I really wanted to play it, but I wasn't like that. So I moved on from World of Warcraft trials and escorting people to Ironforge. I mean, not to Ironforge, to Stormwind from Darnassus with my druids. Like, that was I was like pro trial account user. Anything from 1 to 20, I knew all about it. And I even knew how to twink out a PvP character before it hit 20, so that was good. There were some interesting times in World of Warcraft. They were good, especially with vanilla. And even in Burning Crusade, you know, when that first came out, and Wrath of the Lich King, I was there for that release. I'm pretty sure I was playing trial accounts still. I was really upset I couldn't play the Space Goats, unfortunately, but you know, not everyone can be as glorious as a Space Goat. Oh, look who's decided to join me. Are you being naughty? Did you get poo on my chair? Yeah? Okay. But yeah, that was like my first taste of MMOs, let's say, after the really crap ones that were free to play. And then I discovered the first hardcore MMO that I got into, and it was this Korean MMO called Shaiya. And I'll try to find some footage for you guys. I might be able to install it still, but that one basically died. I had a lot of friends on there and it was like super grindy, and you could get this ultimate mode character that if you died it would get deleted if you didn't get rezzed in time, or you didn't have these like res stones on you that you bought from a cash shop, of course. It was free to play and it was super grindy, but it was really, really fun. And when that game kind of like died a bit, there were some people in there that were devs that we knew, and they set up private servers for that stuff, and we all migrated over to the private server for a while, but then that didn't last. As you know, they never last that long. So from there, one of my friends discovered a different MMO, and it was called PWI, and that stands for Perfect World International, and it sounds like the gayest MMO in existence, like ever, but it's actually a really good one, and I can show you it right now because I've got it on my computer. I can even show you my high level characters. Again, another grindy, I think it's Malaysian MMO, maybe? I don't know, but they used to have a Malaysian server, and again, I had a load of friends on there, and it was really, really fun. The PvP was hilarious because you could one-hit people. And then again, they brought out items in the cash shop that pretty much killed the game because they were like, oh, here's rank 8 gear, you can buy it for like $100 and it makes you really strong and you can pretty much one hit almost everyone in the game. But wait, there's also rank 9 gear, it costs about $1,000 and you will one hit everyone in the game and probably won't get killed. But then watch out for those rank 8 people because they might one hit you or combine an attack on you that does kill you, and then you'll be really upset because you spent $1,000 and you still lost to like a bunch of lobies. So yeah, it was pretty much getting to that point where it wasn't worth playing anymore because of all the weird stuff coming out in the cash shop, and people basically started quitting and it wasn't their thing anymore. So I think my original friend from Shaiya went on to MapleStory and I was like, I can't play that, sorry. I tried and it just wasn't working out for me. It just wasn't my thing. So from there, because I met some really cool people in Perfect World International. From there I went into actual World of Warcraft because I was able to get an account finally. I was able to pay for one. So from there I played World of Warcraft quite heavily, as you would expect from someone that played trial accounts back in the day and then suddenly got to play it for real. So yeah, that was, again, that was good for a while. I loved the Mist of Pandaria. I don't know. I love that expansion just because the scenery and stuff was like, it was perfect. And also who doesn't want to ride on a giant turtle? But I love the Mistweaver class as well. Like the healing monk was my favorite. It's good. Apart from they wrecked it now. I'm not sure what's happened to it. They've kind of wrecked monk in general. It just got more and more confusing over time. When they tried to simplify it, it didn't quite work. So that's what happened there. And would you move your fat booty off my keyboard? Thank you very much. And then from there, please don't chew on everything. You're chewing on stuff. No. What do you think you're doing? Look, it's you. It's you on a camera. Kittens are not work friendly in the environment. Okay. Thank you for chewing on my lead. You can just, you can leave it at that. I think you did a good job there. I think you did a really good job. Okay, thank you. From World of Warcraft, we kind of moved back and forth, back to PWI, and tried to play that again because they were like, oh, release a new PvE server, and I was like, okay, we'll try it. And it's never as good the second time around, obviously. So then we moved back to World of Warcraft again, and same thing again, kind of like wear out over time because you kind of do everything. The one thing I did really love about Mist of Pandaria, MOP, just call it MOP. The one thing I really did like about that one is because there was a lot of end game content that wasn't surrounding raiding. Like, seems like this patch now, it's like everything. Mythic raid, heroic raid, raid finder, looking for mythic raids. Mythic raid for PvP gear, like, let's do this. And I'm just like, oh, I can't do raids. I don't, like, too many people. Just too many people in my face, can't deal with it. Just want to do my own thing, you know, and have fun. So that's where World of Warcraft kind of got shut down. But the PvP was the part that really wrecked it for us. The mythic raids with the PvP, yeah, no. I want to call it a communist game right now. I know this sounds really bad, but what I mean is when you join a PvP battle and you used to have PvP gear that you used to win, you would get totally wrecked by like high level, well not high level players, but like experienced players with like their proper gear on that they worked hard for. So let's say you join PvP and you're like, holy crap, I'm rubbish. I'm just getting flattened by everyone in here. But okay, that's fine, I'm getting flattened, but why am I getting flattened? Oh, they've got this stuff. Okay, how do I get that stuff? Oh right, I need to boon some battlegrounds. Right, so I gotta keep playing PvP and get better gear and get better and continuously get better, and then I can reach that level. Like, I can be as good as them. But now, and before that as well, all of your weird stats like crit and haste and all that stuff, you could choose your stats based on what gear you buy to boost your own character basically, and there was lots of stuff to play around with, like builds and things, and what's the best stats for this kind of class, and blah blah blah, and which one works for this. So there's a lot of there was more fun, like it was more complicated than just like, yeah. And then I guess too many people were like, we don't like PvP because blah blah blah. It's too hard. We just get killed by other players. You know, we do that's why we don't play. I don't know if they like interviewed raiders or something. They're like, oh, why aren't you doing PvP? And they're like, oh no, I just can't be bothered to get another gear set for that. And they were like, right, let's get rid of all the gear. Like, I feel like that's what happened, and then now they're just like, okay, you don't get any gear, your stats are decided for you, so you don't have to worry about that. And all that helps is your item level, but only by a small amount, so even someone with like mythic ranked gear won't be that much better than you. But in theory, they have the best advantage. Like, what? So that's kind of why I call it communist, because everyone's the same now. No one gets to decide what, like, to be different. You don't get to choose to use different stats or anything. They're just like, oh no, you just use these stats, that's it. Good luck. Yeah, try to improve those stats to make yourself better. We'll adjust the rest. You just wait for a patch for your class to be fun again, maybe. Or we'll make them all boring, who knows? Like, that's my main issue with World of Warcraft. Otherwise, still like one of the best MMOs out there for sure. And it's been going for so many years now, so it's like, they've done a really good job, but they're starting to go like the wrong direction now. With like the whole moving forward thing. So anyway, that's my rant video about World of Warcraft and why I stopped playing that. I would still be playing that if it wasn't for those things and the whole like raiding obsession right now. I don't know who the devs are and stuff, or who the main person making decisions here is. Like, oh, this patch, new raid, yes, that's what we're looking forward to. Another raid again. But why? What about all the other people that don't want to raid and don't have time for that stuff? What about the people who, stop it, who like PvP? Oh, we're gonna have to start raiding for that. So yes, that is my rant about World of Warcraft. From there, so the question still is, what's your first MMO? And feel free to share other MMOs you've played after that. But from there, moved on to Guild Wars 2. I think we tried that first. I want to say that was the first thing we tried. And that lasted for a whole of about 5 minutes because it just wasn't up to expectation. We're just like, nah, it's not something we want to play. And then we tried Final Fantasy XIV, I think. I'm probably mixing all these up all over the place, but whatever, bear with me. Then we tried Final Fantasy XIV as an MMO. Brilliant. Not enough freedom to do what you want. That's the main concern there. So there was this problem where you have to complete dungeons to progress with the story. Which, okay, that makes sense. I mean, yeah, I'll complete some dungeons for the story. But that also means a lot of content gets locked out if you don't want to do dungeons. And you absolutely had to do dungeons with other people, like in a random group, or you had to find your own group and stuff like that. You couldn't make a small party, for example, of like 2 people and try to do it yourself. So that was a big downside because we kept being forced into groups with other people and it just felt wrong, you know? It's like, it's not how you wanted to play the game, but they were like, no, you need to play it like this. This is what we wanted you to do. And then again with the recent patch with the whole removing a bunch of summoner skills, i.e. pet heal, sustain, like let's just get rid of a pet heal that apparently nobody uses but everyone uses when you're leveling up. So that kind of again was like, right, we want you to play the game like this, and it's just kind of like, well, I want to have fun. Like, I don't want to play the game how you want me to play the game. And I know there's some like reasoning behind it or whatever, and they're like, oh, nobody's using a skill. But it's always hard when you start taking skills away because it gets too complicated later on. My personal thoughts on that is, rather than taking away skills from lower levels, why not with the expansion have like a new stone that you equip, so you revert back to your base skills and then get new skills that are better than your old ones, kind of, and like evolve the character, rather than let's strip it down more at lower levels so you have less skills and you can't use the stuff that you were used to using before. I think it should at least be like, no, here's new skills that you get. They simply replace your old ones and they're way better. You don't need to use them anymore. And just put them on your bar and there's less of them. Sorry, like it's not that bad. And then you won't be confused because you'll be like, oh yes, my evolve skills are way stronger. I need to use as many of those as possible. There's also all of these other skills that I could use, but they're weak, so I'm not going to use them. There aren't that many skills. And I think that's a good solution. But of course, this is just my idea. It's nothing serious right now. And then from Final Fantasy XIV, because of those issues, there's a fly on my camera. Because of those issues with Final Fantasy XIV, we moved on again. And I can't actually remember where. I heard of something. I'm just gonna say from there I tried Elder Scrolls Online because it looked like another MMO that we could play together. So tried playing that again. And it worked out for a while there. But then it kinda, I don't know, like the spark wasn't there. You weren't like feeling like you were progressing. I was just kinda like running around, grinding on stuff, completing quests, and that's, yeah, and then you're just like, why am I leveling kind of thing. So we didn't really play that much more of Elder Scrolls Online. Like the combat was alright, it was good. And then it just, yeah, it didn't quite click as like a two-player thing because of the story and everything. We didn't, when you play MMOs with other people, you don't want to sat there reading the story and then the other person's like ready to go and you're just like, I'm just gonna skip that. When you skip out the story in Elder Scrolls Online, there's not that much more like to do other than grind, which is what we were doing, and completing delves and dungeons, and it just, they all kind of look very similar. So the spark died very quick with Elder Scrolls Online. And then I think that's pretty much as far as it goes, because then we go back to like Guild Wars 2, which I am exploring Guild Wars 2 now on my own for fun. It's basically my first time playing Guild Wars 2, the last couple of videos. I just gotten into PvP because apparently you don't need gear there either, which is, again, kind of takes away from it because there's nothing to work towards, kind of. You just repeat PvP. I think there is some weird PvP gear, which I haven't explored yet, but I don't feel the need to have it because I don't feel weak enough yet. If I was like getting wrecked, like flat onto the floor with other people, and I was like, what's going on here? They'd be like, your gear's crap. Then I would be like, right, okay, my gear's crap, I can fix that. I can work towards that, and it's like a goal, you know? But when it's like, I'm kind of doing okay anyway without this gear, then I'm just like, oh well, I'll just keep playing. It's fun. It's a fun drop-in play game, like, almost like Overwatch or something. It's quite funny. Never had an MMO with PvP like that. And then, okay, and then we went back to Final Fantasy XIV, and that's kind of where we're at now. We just haven't played that much of it. We did find out that they did add in a party setting in there that you can make an undersized party tick box, so you can enter in with just 2 people. So I made a summoner for that, but then they took away the pet heal, and now it's kind of impossible for us to do that anymore. I think we can still do the Palace of the Dead. Is that right? I think it's called the Palace of the Dead. I don't know, that grinding cube dungeon thing that you're in. But yeah, so that's where we're currently at. It's Final Fantasy XIV. I'm mixing in some Guild Wars 2. But yeah, tell me guys what your first MMO was. I'm really interested to know, because everyone's got that starting point where it kind of like sets the tone for the rest of the MMOs they pick. So like, if you were into MapleStory, stuff like that, you're probably gonna pick games that are more in that way. And if you were into grinding Korean MMOs like I was, then you're looking for a challenge probably, and you're always trying to like find the best MMO that'll give you that awesome challenge, feel like you're really working hard. And I know there are some Asian like MMOs out there, like Blade and Soul and other, like Black Desert Online for example, and I tried them. I did. It just didn't, again, did not click. Blade and Soul, the graphics were a bit iffy. Black Desert Online, same thing, graphics were a bit iffy. Like, in that Shaiya game I played, there were nothing special whatsoever. Don't get me wrong here, nothing special. But they were more, I guess, realistic in a way. Peter Roy, totally unrealistic. but cool as hell, like shiny things and all sorts of cool things. I think the main part with BDO for me is the combat system. Like it's alright, but it's like one of those like giant like group mob slashing things, and I've never had that kind of MMO. It's not my thing, I don't think. Shaiya was, each mob was quite difficult, so you had to make sure not to pull mobs, and you were like, I'm gonna peck that one over there and hope none of the others come over to me because I'm gonna die and then I'm gonna lose experience and de-level. So that's kind of where I came from, the whole losing experience, de-leveling, catastrophe, losing your character if you die at ultimate modes and all that stuff. And yeah, I actually learned how to not be poor in that game as well. Every MMO I play, I am always the poorest of the poor. In the free-to-play ones anyway. And then PWI as well. But that was because my partner bought all the boxes. He has gambling addiction. There was these loot boxes you can open, and they spent a lot of money on those. And we get good items out of them sometimes and then sell them. And I was always running the little shop, and then, yeah, it was funny. You had like cat shops. It's like this little cat standing on its tail, I'll show you. Now I think they're lighters mostly. Still going strong with the weird sales thing here, but I don't know what else is going on in PWI. Alright, so that's pretty much the video for today. I know. Extreme Pac-Man! Alright, I promised you guys Extreme Pac-Man, and there you go. I know it's like the end of the video and whatever, but it happened. Don't say it didn't happen. I'm gonna get to editing this because I got a lot of footage to enter from games and stuff. So I hope you guys enjoyed my short video on what your favorite MMO is. Not my favorite. Your favorite? Whatever. Yeah. Tell me your first MMO and tell me your favorite MMO now. It would be cool to see like where you started and then where you ended up, that kind of thing. So let me know, guys. I know this was a totally weird video and not anything like I usually do, but I don't know what I usually do either. This is the channel of random videos, and if you enjoy that, please feel free to subscribe and click that notification bell, and also hit that like button underneath the video too, to tell me if you enjoyed it or not. And yeah, comment. Make sure you comment because I want to know these things. And if you don't tell me, well, I'm gonna stick Mr. Mitten's muffins, Mr. Mitten pancake muffin on you. He do. He very slipper. Oh, so grumpy. So grumpy. Alright guys, I'll catch you in the next video. Thanks a lot for watching.